Welcome everybody here to your live stream, coming to you from our joint Dota studio here on the D2CL live stream on Dailymotion. I'm W1, I'll be your English host for our live stream tonight, where we have ourselves the semi-final matchup. It's a single elimination, that's the way the D2CL works, and of course we are here to find out who will be the team to face up against Team Empire in the grand final. The winner of this best of 5 will go there, the loser will face up against Power Rangers in the third place position. So without any further ado, let's get ourselves into the game because it's already begun, so we can bring up our draft screen. I can welcome in my co-caster for tonight. It has been a very long time since I've had this wacky Frenchman cast with me, but it's great to have him back again. It is bucking mad. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. I'm really happy to be here, and especially for such a match. Best of 5 is really the format I favor the most, and between those two teams, it's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, man. Alliance, because they're coming off the back of their big win. It's a DreamHack. They were forced to 5 matches by Cloud9. And Fnatic, they kind of were like the disappointment of the tournament, getting knocked out in the early stages. I know they're being undertaking some roster changes, official or not, with Excalibur in there. He's basically confirmed to play this event, ESL 1, as well as TI4. So with all of that coming in, we basically have to count him as a full-on Fnatic fledged member. But yeah, what did you actually think? Like, did you get to watch the matches from DreamHack for Fnatic?
Yep, I saw the matches. I think like I don't want to say it's a new team, but obviously you have to adapt again when you change a player. I'm pretty sure Era was key to all the strategies and in their plays, maybe even in the communication within the team. So that's something they need to consider. So they probably need time. They still did okay in my opinion. I mean, they weren't really out of shape. I think they had great potential, but the other teams were really strong, especially Alliance. So let's see if Fnatic, like they got some extra time, some extra experience. Let's see if they can put that to use against Alliance today. They might. They might. I think they have a shot at causing trouble to Alliance today.
Man, I'm looking forward to seeing if they can. So far, like you look at the way you even do the drafting. We're very, very quickly through the first set of bans, and there was almost like no hesitation whatsoever with their picks. They know what they wanted to come in here. They know what they wanted to play. We bring back the Tiny Wisp. Obviously, we have a different combo because it's no longer No-Tail and Era combo. It's going to be Excalibur plus No-Tail together, and then Silencer, which is one of the heroes which Loader was also favoring very heavily during DreamHack.
The draft is really interesting and very smart from both captains, to be honest, from Fly and S4. Basically, the bans are very standard, like Battler, Doom, Like, and Tinker. Those are the most banned heroes, as well as Brewmaster, but he was first picked by Alliance, so that's nothing special. Then Fnatic went for the Tiny Wisp for 2 reasons, in my opinion. Obviously, Wisp is one of their good, like it's a good hero, for them, but it's also a hero EGM on Alliance side to use very well, so they take that away from him. And also the Tiny Wisp can go against the Brewmaster mid and do quite well against him, in my opinion. Obviously, we know that Fnatic really like to run those dual lanes. When Alliance understood that, they then took Twin Protector to that's how I read it, at least, that to help the Brewmaster, I mean help the laning stage, and probably try to deal with that double lane. And then the bans were very clever from Alliance, in my opinion. Like the Skyras, obviously great to have against Brewmaster, preventing him from splitting with the instant silence. And then Fnatic choose to go for the other silencing support, which is obviously Silencer. So right now the draft is very even, in my opinion. Alliance have more, let's say, ways to lane and adapt to what Fnatic plans to do. It's most likely a double lane mid, unless Alliance really shut this down.
Well, they'll need something big to do that. I want to quickly correct something I said. Era will be playing at TI4. I remember his original tweet actually came out saying he won't play any matches throughout the summer, which would actually include the month of TI4 over here in Europe. But it seems I have been corrected, and Era will actually be at TI4.
All right. So, that's a great news. I didn't know that. That's a great news.
Yeah, neither did I. Presumably to a guy called, I don't want to actually, like, a master of things below the waist.
All right.
It's sent me this. I may be incorrect, but for people out there, if I'm correct, if I'm not, tell me, W1Dota on Twitter. I always have it over on my side, and considering like Dailymotion, it does have a chat, but it gets very, very spam when we have matches like this. I normally just watch my Twitter feed. throughout the matches in case something goes horribly wrong with the live stream, like I left an overlay up or something. But yeah, either way, Fnatic, for the first time, extra time being soaked up. They're taking some sweet-ass time for this.
I'm really glad we have the Bulldog Prophet. I mean, once again, but honestly, like his plays on Prophet at DreamHack especially were just, it's insane how this player can use that hero to its maximum potential. Every game he adapts, he gets different items, he plays different, and every time it's really optimal plays. So I'm really looking forward to see how he uses it that game. Like Alliance is never out of the game when Bulldog has Prophet, and of course, obviously other heroes, but he's really insane on that. He's definitely the best Prophet player in the world. Like I think there's no doubt about this.
Man, I was flagging it a lot during the DreamHack finals, where I was looking at Nature's Prophet. He just sat perfectly positioned on the edge of the fight, and you're thinking, okay, Nature's Prophet, like, is he really that much of a right clicker? Like most people spent most of the time like listening to his days of split pushing, where it was like necro units and just like forcing down the lane with trees and necro units, and that was it. It was just always this continuous pushing kind of power and chip damage. But Nature's Prophet, if you can give him a lot of farm, he does a beast amount of damage, and that's something which Admiral Bulldog, I like the way he plays it now with this new Blink Maelstrom first into Blink Dagger. You get a large amount of damage, you get like pushing and farming speed power, and you get maneuverability, which you can transfer into if you need to, like game-related items like orchids, or things along these lines.
Yeah, it's really interesting how he plays it, and obviously the positioning that you mentioned is the key to play Prophet, because that hero snowballs really when he's about to instant teleport to another lane to farm after the fight is over or during the fight. So not dying during the fight is actually key to be able to snowball, because that hero doesn't do much with the same amount of farm. He does a lot because he outfarms people, obviously. He doesn't have great stats, he doesn't have great spells to fight. It's just about the items he's able to get. So the positioning from Bulldog is also like is all the time optimal, and that's what makes him a great Prophet player.
Well, man, he's going to get that at least, and we get Jakiro. Jakiro, the new kid on the block. I already got to cast a game earlier today of Jakiro. There is just something crazy about that liquid fire.
And yeah, in my opinion, that hero is the strongest hero in the version. I mean, if I were to draft right now, I would first pick that hero. It's completely insane on support, on solo mid, or even on like carry. I don't want to say offlane, but on a core position, that hero is completely insane, and people should watch out. Like should watch exactly like the damage Jakiro does in teamfights. Here we might think it's Prophet or Brewmaster because they're gonna get the kills, but THD does so much damage. It's completely insane. The AOE of Liquid Fire is huge.
Yeah, I was talking to I was about to say Pendragon, but that's a very wrong name.
Oh yeah.
Pandago. Woo! I wonder if anyone tuning in actually knows what I just did. Pandago about Jakiro early today, because we had him played during the C-Deck matches, and it was ridiculous when he even just cast Liquid Fire on a building. Like, he actually cast it on Arax, and it took like 200, 300 life points of Arax within like 5 seconds. I'm like, wait, what? What? How is this powerful?
Basically, a THD can push a tower when he's level 5 or 7 in one wave. Like one wave, level 7, he pushes the tower. You just need one wave of creeps, and the tower is down. Any tower, it depends, but like it's just completely insane. It's just whenever you have a lineup where you have really no pushing power, because that's the problem of certain lineups, right? Like you got the team fight, you got the ganks, but you just can't snowball because you can't take a tower, and then you can't really break the opponent's map control. Then THD fixes it. Heroes like this that brings pushing power on their own can really change the drafting system.
Yeah,
and then, I really like Alliance draft. Yeah.
And then you got to get to the point too. It's like, how do I kill off Jakiro? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but Jakiro is the highest strength gaining support hero in the game.
True.
So then you got to try and kill him. Then you got to get through a Treant Protector who's got a huge amount of like life points.
Yeah.
Not to mention he's giving living armor to everyone, and now you get like DK and Brewmaster. Like living armor is already going to protect these guys as well, depending on who is really needing it. And you've already got Dragon Knight's inbuilt regeneration. You got evasion coming out from Brewmaster with split potential, and you got the elusiveness that comes from Admiral Bulldog's Nature's Prophet. Like Fnatic have a lineup which is wonderful for killing, but at the same time, I'm wondering if they can actually kill Alliance when they fight head to head.
I really don't know what Fnatic wants to do, because right now Alliance has a huge pushing power. It's just insane. Like they can end the game minute 10 basically. So if they start snowballing, Fnatic will call the GG really fast. But Fnatic has obviously great late game and a way to deal with Alliance team fight with the combo Centaur plus Global. What is actually weird here is that we have Trixie on the Silencer and Honey on the Centaur, so I don't really know how they're gonna lane this. Looks like Trixie's gonna safe lane farm, which is a bit weird for Fnatic. I'm not sure. Yeah. I really wonder what lanes Fnatic are gonna go for, because this is gonna be the key. If they lose the laning phase, it's gonna be really hard for them to come back.
Well, man, I think Fnatic's laning phase is still gonna be okay. Like between Tiny and Wisp, and then VS and Silencer, like those lanes are insanely strong. And then Harney's just gotta like survive on the off lane. Also, should note that it's Harney taking up the role as a Centaur warrior.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know why that's the case. Why Trixie is on Silencer and Honey on Centaur.
Maybe it's just something they like a hero they prefer to play instead.
Yeah, all right.
Like,
Alright, would make sense, I guess. It's funny to see that both offlaners got the ward planted and no team is aware. I don't think Alliance nor Fnatic knows about this. Alliance has no sentry anyway, so they can't remove that, and Fnatic is saving for bottle, as usual, on Big Daddy, aka No Tail.
Man, Honey is just so, like, demonish right now. Like, hiding in the corner, just protect yourself.
Really smart.
Protect yourself there. The ward's already gone down the lane, but he's really early to get to that position. That's going to be difficult to catch him out anyway. Like, to check that.
Yeah. They might figure out when he's level 2 and they don't see him XP, but then he has to be careful, but he's going to at least get level 2.
Yeah. I also got corrected. Would you believe Jakiro isn't actually the highest strength gaining hero? It's Ogre Magi.
Alright, yeah, that's true. Yeah, indeed. And the armor, Ogre Magi has the best stats, level 1, that's true. And it's the famous double lane versus that Panda, and we have an invis on Vengeful, so S4 has to be careful. So it's what we predicted during the draft, the double lane versus Panda, but he's gonna have the armor to help him that game. And that tri-lane, Aki is gonna scout this.
Is he checking it?
Yeah, he's checking.
Into the tree line, and Honey cuts away so quickly. But it's only Liquid Fire, so they can't hold him there. Like, with Liquid Fire as well as Leech Seed, like, how is Honey even meant to really walk onto this lane? Well, hello, top lane. Yeah, Admiral Bullock. First blood to be spilled. Trixie as well as Fly combining together.
Yeah, that's the invis doing work. I mean, I didn't see the move, but I'm pretty sure it was the invis of Fly, because Bulldog usually never dies to a lane like this. He can scout with Treant, so obviously great damage with the glaives from Silencer, so the invis rune, then the first blood. Nice pick up from Fly.
What do you think about Trixie also going glaives first? Because normally, like, it's either Last Word or Curse of the Silent. Like, let's just zone him out instead.
He wants to kill the Treant, I think. When they start to be annoying or when they're low life. Makes sense. They gotta clear the Treant somehow, because if they're just gonna start auto-attacking without Glaives and Silencer and Venge, I don't think it's gonna work. Here with Glaives and the Wave of Terror from Venge, they might be able to clear them. I don't know how he wants to play this. I agree with that. Silencer carry needs damage.
Man, look at it, just zone out Bulldog.
Yeah.
They walk off the creep wave just to make sure they're capable of doing so.
Right.
Well done, Trixie! Things are changing around for him, man.
And now, he's gonna get bottle on Wisp. So here it starts, and S4 is gonna be in trouble mid, I think, because, like, I've seen them play that lane. They can actually almost get him.
They can kill him now. Like, there's no more balls left, and they can't get close enough to finish off the damage. But you're right, man. This is what they do time and time again. Excalibur's just going to be like held hands by No Tail. Let them both spam up a lot of the damage and tank it up. Keep the rune control going by doing like aggressive maneuvers like this. So there's no other option but for that mid solo to fall back, and they just dominate the mid.
And the thing is that Hanny's doing a great job bottom, because he's really locking down Alliance's supports. They have no XP whatsoever. Like they have to force him back all the time. Look at EGM, he's just level 2 now. Loda's level 2 as well, so is Ake. Right now the lanes are actually going really well for Fnatic. The thing is that if they can't, it's all gonna be about mid lane in my opinion, because if they can't kill S4 and they can't shut him down when he's gonna be level 6, it's gonna be huge troubles for Fnatic. They need Fly to... Oh, okay, Hani, that's a great move from him.
What did you manage to do? He actually came into mid lane?
Yeah.
I was watching the battle really up on top.
Really important from Hani to come there, clutch move. With the boots level 1 and the easy stun, like juking behind the trees. Now if they can shut down S4 like this and get levels on Hani somehow with move like it's basically that's the perfect move, because he's the one not XPing and he's shutting down S4. So great rotation from Hani.
Yeah. Man, maybe this is going back to old Fnatic days where they used to do this Earthshaker. Like instead of playing him like offlane, it was just this roaming Earthshaker, and they just sacrificed their offlane instead. But with a Centaur, like, it's the same kind of thing you're searching for with that, like, the massive, like, long fissure.
I really like this, you know, I really like this from players such as Hani, when they, I mean, they are supposed to be on the lane, but if really they're being locked down or they can't get anything off, then they just, you know, roam the map or check what they can do. They don't stick to the lane. It's really interesting, you know, to be able to adapt like this, and it wins games. So, again, great move. What Alliance can do in that game is push the bottom tower. You can see it's already like almost dead. This is what they can do: get early 2 towers, get urns, mech, whatever they need, and, you know, try to snowball and try to win the first fight, the first initiation with the primal split from S4. That's Alliance's game plan, I think.
They're still going to need to get Brewmaster up to a point where he can actually do that, though. Like, is he now like S4 doesn't even afford boots yet, let alone think about Arcanes, let alone think about Blink Dagger. And now middle lane, Avalanche. He doesn't have mana for a toss, but now he does. So the toss up in the air. S4, look at her, she drunk a brawler up, maybe evade a lot of this. Admiral Bulldog, a Sprout can keep him out. In fact, he's going to sprout him up and hold both of them in range of the tier 1 tower. They're actually switching out the aggro, but there's still going to be 2 heroes going down. Tosses Bulldog away. There's 77 life points, but he TP's in. And Excalibur into the tree lines, where it's safe. Can he move up? Can he move down? VS is in the neighborhood. He summons the trees, but Excalibur's already back up through the middle lane. And with Big Daddy now arriving, there's N0tail coming to the rescue of Excalibur.
Great play from Bulldog, but the MVP of that move was definitely Ake. He waited with the 3 armor. You need to wait for the spirits to be over, else it just removes it instantly, and you block really really minimal damage. And if you wait, then you're just gonna block auto attack from Tiny or Wisp. That saved S4 and obviously the Sprout from Bulldog. Great play from Alliance, and that was what Fnatic can't afford right now, overextending. They need to be careful, but they're still doing really well during the lanes.
One person who's doing great in his lane, and we haven't even really touched on him just yet, is Loda. Like, while he may not be the highest level in the world, his CS is still the highest on the board at 36 per 12. And he's just picked up his Midas, or almost his Midas.
That's true. That's great. I'm not sure about the, maybe, I guess if he has it that early, he might be fine. It's funny that he goes for my... I guess why not? If they're gonna push towers, he need levels.
Well, considering no one from Fnatic's really pressured him, and like, how long is it really gonna take before Silencer thinks maybe I'll rotate down for the DK, or like Wisp and Tiny combo together? Meanwhile, they actually doing that. Middle lane, but Brewmaster gets split off. Excalibur's gonna pop, and already the VS up in towards the air. N0tail's in the neighborhood. He doesn't have relocate, so he cannot save the VS. He's staying as close as he possibly can, but Fly with a tether up, Admiral Bulldog, he wants to try and sprout on N0tail, and they send him up again. Ice Part to come in, which means when N0tail hits the ground, actually the Ice Part's already melted, but, well, he hits the ground. There's your Liquid Fire trying to slow him up with the Dual Breath as well. He's going to burn pretty heavily, but they don't get any more kills.
It's impossible to... Now, like, the first dive put them in a really hard position, because now Panda was level 6. Oh, actually, that's a kill. Nice one from Excalibur. Easy one. It was a bit, out of position from EGM. But that was really good for Alliance. There's no way you can dive a Panda level 6 with armor. Like, the Alliance's strat against the Tiny Wisp is working in the sense that their solo mid is not getting shut down, but on the other hand, like, Tiny is getting almost free farm. He's only 10 CS behind Loda, but he has 2 kills to his name, so it's fine.
We had a starting rotation coming out here from Wisp. I think he was considering coming down to the bottom lane, because Fly's also smoked up. So they're going to find Arca. He's in very close here, which means, well, Wave of Terror. Wait, whoa. That actually missed on Arca. Now Admiral Bulldog's going to come in to help him. There's a double edge, which means Arca will still go down. And with the global silence, there was no way to respond to it. Yeah,
the global silence was a bit late and a bit useless, I'm afraid, because Prophet ulti was used anyway. Anyway, it's a good kill to get, good rotation from Fnatic supports. They need levels. They need level 6 and levels on Venge and Wisp. And then they're fine because of what happened mid. Obviously Trixie is free farming, but Hani got great leveling. He got level 6 now, and that's huge.
Looks like Loda's gonna have like the last hit this tower if he can get it. There's a large army of trees which are trying to keep Hani at bay, but it's letting the poison stay on the tower, and then Liquid Fire as well as Poison Dragon, and then the Dragon Tail Storm to Hani. The fortification will keep the tower alive for now, but Fly looking for the stun, and he gets over an Arcade. Centaur ulti being used to get in short range, double edge plus Hoof Stomp into Arcade. Now Global Silence, wait, that's not Global Silence, it's Curse the Silence being thrown out. The tower's even denied in the middle of all of this, with Arcade taking a fall. It's Excalibur as well as N0tail coming in. They'll lose N0tail here, but Loda solo, another Hoof Storm from Hani, giving him a double kill on this bottom lane, while Admiral Bull Bulldog on 25 life points is limping back to base.
Yeah. It all started with the Loda stun that wasn't really useful on Centaur. Like, he wasted his stun on Centaur to scare him, and then Fnatic just TP'd and went on them, and they had nothing to stop Fnatic on running on THD. And you know those lineups when you have THD, Turn, etc. Obviously, when you have your spells ready, when you have Overgrowth, you have Ice Pass, etc., it's really hard to run into them. But when it's on CD, then it's a disaster, because those heroes can't do anything. They can't run. They just stand still, and when they have no spells to defend themselves, it turns out to be really bad. Great fight from Fnatic. It's going really well for them, but Alliance is not out at all. One fight, they can team wipe them easily.
Yeah.
S4 had no mana for split, so...
Oh, Excalibur. Actually, no, what am I talking about? Like, he's got no tail with him.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
He's fine.
No tail, about to pop level 6. Okay, he's level 6 now, actually. Relocate is up.
Well, I should probably watch top lane then, because
exactly.
EGM is pretty damn close towards Trixie. And Global Silence is actually now off cooldown. But this is EGM with that level 6.
You see, so basically Trixie agrees with you in the sense that he didn't max Glaives, he just wanted it first level to be annoying against Bulldog and maybe to clear the trees. Yeah. No, he's fine.
Yeah, it was just interesting to see like Glaives level 1. Like, I remember the days of like Venscore when he played a lot of Silencer support. But that was back when like you didn't get the intelligence steal without having Glaives. So you went Glaives just so you had it.
Yeah.
But now you don't have to do that, obviously, because it's permanently hooked in.
Yeah, you have it anyway. And they're pushing a second tower. It's really annoying for Fnatic to deal with that, but they have everything ready. They have Global and Centaur ultimate. Alliance needs to be really careful now. This is the game-deciding fight, in my opinion. If they decide to take it, obviously. That one was a bit late without the glyph. Second tower would be the game-deciding fight. It's really important.
Well, Alliance is still pushing the point, but at the same time I see EGM. Like I said, I suppose there's not much point having him there. He's just living armor anyway. And he needs level 6.
Yeah, exactly. It's really tricky. Like, Alliance can safe push like this, so Fnatic has to go in. They have no choice because of THD plus DK. Now the Dragon Form is running out, so you don't want to get out. It's fine. Yeah, the next fight will dictate the game, in my opinion.
Considering both teams are just so level right now.
Yeah, especially Alliance.
Oh, Centaur ulti. It's bottom lane. They're relocating in on EGM, and Hani with his Blink Dagger. 11 minutes in, they catch out EGM. He's never going to hit level 6 at this rate. But at the same time, S4, whoa. Wait, is he going to go for Hani? Wait till the relocate ends. Probably if he claps, he'll actually take out Wisp.
Come on, that was so close. A bit of miscommunication, I guess. Nice ulti from Bulldog, but you don't necessarily know the bounces, so it's a bit of... Yeah. It's a bit unlucky for S4.
It's a hit miss. Like Bulldog's like, I'm throwing ulti. Yeah, he's like, well, I don't know if that's gonna hit. Like, I won Hani.
Yeah, exactly. You need to count the visible creeps, like because of the 16 targets.
He comes mid lane instead, so they'll still get themselves a kill. The Clamp's gonna go on Fly with the Invis rune. The VS will stun up, but it's not gonna stop Fly from getting this. One last attack from range from Admiral Bulldog will actually take this with Hani. Blink Dagger off cooldown. Hoof Stomp's S4. More support. It's going to be Avalanche Toss, and that's S4. With Global Silence, means there's making sure 100% there's no way to split out from that.
Yeah, but yet again, I'm not sure the Global was necessary. But anyway, they're winning fights regardless of that. But once they have Global plus Centaur ultimate, it's really scary for Alliance to push into a tower. The draft from Fnatic is very smart, and honestly, oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just seeing Loda go up for the room, but now, well, there's no relocate available. There's still 10 seconds on cooldown, but in he comes, and no, there's no stuns, but the damage output, also not enough.
Close one though. Yeah, the blink from Hani is... He's winning the game for Fnatic right now. Like, he's got great levels. He got blink minute 10 or 11, which is huge for an offlane versus tri-lane. So great plays from him.
We got relocate. Tethers up, and it's coming for EGM again. He's still not level 6 yet. Avalanche will go S4. Lucky to actually blink and dodge that one. Gonna go into a spirit form. He's trying to actually separate them up right now. Now, Wisp, he's got a little bit more time to go, and now the time is over. So the Brewmaster split's gone. They're gonna kill again over on Tree and Protector, and the Brewmaster ulti goes down.
I don't know if you noticed, but Excalibur actually saw that TP, so he waited for the double stun, which was really smart. But the shift plus, you know, the queuing spells is faster than anything. So nice one from S4. Easy dodge. And now they're gonna push towers because they have no global, no centaur ultimate, so they're gonna get 1 or 2 towers at least. The second might be a bit trickier, but the first one is secured for sure.
Oh, it's gonna be a trade-off. Like tier 1 tower on the top lane, yay, but Excalibur's taking the mid tier 1 tower.
Yeah,
Fortification will buy him sometime, but like Prophet ulti to Fly, There'll be some nice damage to fly, but the damage has already been dealt, so...
The thing is that when you're Dire and you take the safe lane, I mean, you take your off lane tower and the mid, it's better than when you're Radiant because you open up the map for the Roshan, and Roshan is something Fnatic wants to have this game to be able to win. I don't want to defend the second, so that's going to be interesting. Dragon form is running out though in like 20 seconds.
And Trixie, look how aggressively he's moving forward.
Yep.
I suppose he's got 1,300 life points at like 40 minutes into the game, so we can feel pretty damn confident.
I don't know why Alliance decided that they could take that one and not the one before. Let's see how it goes. I'm really not sure they can take that fight.
Hani,
oh, Hani?
Blink, missed the hoof stomp,
okay.
but there's a relocate coming in now. This is not going to be great until the global silence comes into effect, which means they can catch out Arke, killing him off straight away, but will they keep moving?
They could turn. Okay,
there's no Brewmaster split though, which I think is probably the reason why they're backing up.
Oh, alright. Oh yeah, you're right. So actually I'm actually not sure what they were doing there. I didn't even notice he had no split.
Yeah, because he used it before when on the top fight. Like
yeah. Honestly, like you were mentioning the levels, I'm checking the levels right now, and it's a disaster for Alliance. So they stack way too much. When you look at this, like they have double 11 on Fnatic, and Alliance highest levels is 9.
Yeah.
EGM is not he's not even level 6 yet, and we're almost 15 minutes into the game.
Yeah, they're definitely behind the 8-ball in this one for Alliance, but they are still running a DK with Mr. Recovery Midas going into Armlet build. Yeah. I would say Brewmaster will be able to catch up, but like he's still a jump into split. He needs a lot more than what he's got. Like with basic boots as well, like life just seems to be hard.
That's the, you know, like between two teams, when two teams of that level fight, it comes to very small decision making, and in my opinion right now the deciding move in that game was Hani moving mid, because he forced Bulldog and was it Ake or I don't remember, THG or Triumph helping the Panda, and then it opened up his lane and he was able to get level 6 and dagger. So that changed everything. Every initiation we saw right now, or every move basically was decided by Hani.
Yeah, that move was actually Ake. It was Ake who came into mid then.
Right.
Excalibur, they're about to initiate on him. Blink, but then, oh, look at him go! He sees the Wisp at the back end of play. Now the Centaur ulti will go with the Avalanche Toss, load a lot of bad damage, and now the double edge, loaded to splits in two. Hani with a perfect hoof stomp, catching at Arke, and they just keep going in deeper. Arke, he's going to drop down low, and maybe even then, with the Brewmaster ulti, they're losing the Brewling in the corner. It's a double kill for the Tiny, it's 14-5.
And relocate.
Fnatic are on a rampage, you're right, they're jumping in even deeper. Searching for Admiral Bulldog, the living armor will not protect him long enough. It's a triple kill for Excalibur, and Hani, he didn't want to stop there. He wanted the Blink to Hoof Stomp, but Fnatic got what they wanted. It was a 4-0 engagement.
Oh, what a game from Hani. What a game. He's just showing how good of a player he is. Like, we just... what's funny is that at the beginning of the game we were like, why is Hani playing Centaur? Why is he offlane? It's not his role, and he's just crushing the game. So, awesome play. Like, the Centaur stand, and that's the thing, Centaur against Doom and Panda. You know, heroes like this, when they just initiate and lock down one hero, it never works against Centaur. If the Centaur is reactive enough, when you dagger Doom someone or something like this, the Centaur's ulti will always save him, or in most cases so. And will also bring his teammates to help him faster, so it's a great counter to those heroes.
Yeah. And well, Excalibur's now got Negacy Maul to go with his 9 point almost 2k net worth.
Yeah.
Backing him up to drums and treads. Give him a little bit more time and he'll have himself the Hyperstone to go with it.
Yeah, and you know, it's also the mental aspect for Alliance. Like, they want to shut down the Tiny, they're obviously afraid of the Tiny, because if one hero is carrying the late game, it's Tiny, and they don't want to go late game, and he's getting all the kills. Obviously, he has good nukes to his name, but it's a little bit of luck as well to last all the kills, so it puts a lot of pressure on Alliance, because they know he's gonna snowball on them really fast.
Yeah. Well, here comes the push in the bottom lane. Silence has almost finished up his own Aghanim Scepter.
He got Aghanim on Tiny already.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, he was cleaning up the tower before with that. Yeah. But Alliance is now going to try and force the tier 2 tower on the top lane. I suppose that is their one upside. As far as map control goes, Alliance still have a really, really good map control. Like, Liquid Fire is still burning out that tower with the Necro units. They're very low level, which means it's easy money. It's almost like they're trying to bait Hani to come out a little bit further.
The thing is that, like, they have... I might want to hold that if they're gonna fight, but they don't really have map control. I mean, they have towers, but it's impossible for them to, you know, like, just randomly walk on the map and farm somewhere because of the risk relocate. They're gonna punish them instantly. It's really hard. They can snow push, but now Fnatic, they have everything ready. I think Alliance is gonna get crushed.
Here comes Loader. Orb Stomp already comes out from Harney. It's Ryan Loader, and there's your relocate in. With the Global Suns, there's nothing more they can do. There's still a toss available here from Excalibur, while Admiral Bulldog is dying over on the west. The Prophet ulti will bounce through. Some nice extra damage after the clamp, and now into the Brewmaster split, but it's still 3 euros down. About to be 4 with another kill from Harney. Silencer did take a fall in the corner, but that's because of the Brewmaster ultimate. But the relocate, well, that was a beautiful savior too. Harney getting stunned up.
Yeah.
And now they'll see if they can chase down deeper. They're pinging into the corner, but not there. Already S4 has blinked himself away to safety.
He wants fly, he won't get him. Cool move from Notail. He relocated out with like 50 HP. He brought fly with him that was running low. And Trixie is playing incredibly aggressive in the fights. I don't know if you saw his positioning, but he was basically in the middle of 4 heroes just running on them and putting pressure on him, which is not necessarily bad when you think about it, because Alliance, like the problem of Fnatic's draft is that they need someone to go in front and tank at the beginning of the fight, because Tiny is not there. They didn't relocate it yet, and Hani can't open. I mean, here he opened, but he'd rather have, you know, someone in front and just triple or 4-man stun. So Trixie's
S4
is really fine.
There's no relocate, and S4 gets well, what does he get flown in? Absolutely, really nothing.
Yeah.
But Harney's got a full mech that's now arrived, so maybe initiating for him in the future is going to be a little bit better. But he's got himself a haste rune, and if they can see S4 moving the way he is, if Tiny kept walking around that corner, then he would have bumped into S4.
Fracking 5k gold on Tiny again. That hero is really scary. It's insane how fast he farms. Look at his net worth, like he's 12k already in 20 minutes. It's actually huge because he died early on, and they're not really farming that much. I mean, it's a lot of fighting.
Well, I'm actually surprised too about the farm of Admiral Bulldog, because I know we talked about it before during the drafting stage, about how he's been liking that Maelstrom to go into a Blink Dagger, but this time it's like he's just buffed up the Necro Book instead, and thought this is the greater way. Is that really the thing you want to be doing though when you're going up against such a maneuverable hero like Wisp and Centaur? Wouldn't you want to try and play it from the trees? The
thing is that they really wanted to end the game 15 or 20 minutes in Alliance, and it was a game plan the whole from the beginning, and it didn't work at all. Like it's a complete disaster. And obviously right now getting those Necros versus a Tiny Aghanim plus Aegis, like he doesn't care, he's just gonna eat them. Right now it's really the wrong items to get, but it's too late. He started this before the game plan, you know, before everything collapsed. So yeah, I'm not sure right now how, if Alliance wants to, I think they're just gonna try to all in again, and then once they stop, they're just gonna call it. It's a best of 5, it's fine to drop a game.
They're coming in for the mid lane. They're going to move quickly though. They can see Fly on max range now. Loader, he wants Trixie instead. If they can get rid of this Global Suns before the fight begins, it's going to be good. EGM already thrown on his own ultimate, but then in comes the Tiny. He's got himself a Daedalus on the back of him. They're going to lose everyone here, Alliance, and GG. 22 minutes, not even. The GG with a DD Tiny Daedalus Aghanim Scepter. Yeah.
Easy game for Fnatic. I mean, easy not in the sense that Alliance was weak, but good execution, good ganks, good rotations. They secured what they wanted. They won the laning phase, and it was all about the laning phase, is what we called earlier. They could lose that game, they could lose in 15 minutes as well. They won it in 20, Alliance could resist a bit more, but in a best of 5, useless to use your energy trying to win the last game. Just call GG and go next.
Yeah.
Smart decision.
Well, GG it is. So, guys and girls, and everyone else who is tuning in, I don't know what you are, we are now going to go into a short break, and we'll come back here for game number 2 of Alliance versus Fnatic here in the semi-final of the D2CL. The winner of this will play Team Empire in the best of 5 grand final on Wednesday next week. So definitely stay tuned. More Dota coming your way.